Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we talk about all things Ethereum. We talk projects, NFTs, play to earn, and price. And guys, I can't ignore the elephant in the room. We have to talk price today. Now, this is not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make up your own minds as far as whether or not you want to buy Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency or financial asset, guys. I am hoping to help you understand what's going on in the crypto markets today, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing, but you do not have to follow what I do and my strategy in particular. I will say that over this last year, it has been a fun journey to be a part of the cryptocurrency space. Like I've said in previous videos, I've been in stocks, and cryptocurrency has been far more interesting, actually far more easy to understand. I think in particular, I think you get these quarterly reports from public companies, and these sorts of things help you, obviously, but on-chain data is so much easier to read, I think, and we get these reports from Glassnode. It's easier to track things in indicators and TradingView because of the transparency that is involved with the cryptocurrency market. So with that, guys, I'd like to jump in to the charts and just kind of give you an overview of what I think is going on. So here's Ethereum. What can I say? It's a disappointment, to be honest with you. I did think we would go up, at least to $5,400, $5,600, maybe hit $6,000 before the end of the year. That did obviously not happen. We topped out in November, back here. November 10th was our highest date at just over $4,800. We hit that again, not quite $4,800, just about on December 1st, it looks like. And then we've been in a continuous downtrend since. And guys, so what I want to look at here is just where do we think this is going to end? I've got a fairly clean TradingView version, looking at the Coinbase in particular, that DEX that index or that exchange rather. And then I want to look at Bitcoin a little bit to give us some more context. I'll look at all the other altcoins that I'm looking at, all the ERC20s that I personally trade, and tell you which ones I'm continually looking at. I'm honestly, guys, just from the start, I'm not selling anything. I'm going to put it out there. I have a little bit of leverage here and there. Nothing that I'm not willing to lose, to be honest with you. I've got good cash flow. I've got good savings and regiment of putting money into my account from my personal income. So just because I have a little bit of leverage does not. I've got enough. Financial backing to support those things, and they're not leveraged in the fact that I'm using, leverage, like 10x leverage in a trading account. No, I've borrowed money from my some of my personal banking accounts in order to finance more crypto related things. Yes, I am earning a small interest on those things, but I'm willing to pay them as long as I am. As long as I'm willing to hold these gains. So and honestly, guys, I'm up over the year. From the beginning of the year to the end of the year, I'm up about, I think, I haven't done a total of all my assets. It'd be pretty tough to do between Axie Infinity, PreSearch, got into Towncoin and Gala Games. I'm in, let's see, I've got, obviously in the Axie Infinity universe itself, I've got 2 coins, SLP, AXS, Farming Run, got a bunch of Axies as well. I think that might be it. I don't have any Bitcoin, which is a surprise to some. I've not been a Bitcoin maxi, although I do think I'll be purchasing some when I think this. I just don't think the bull run is over, guys, and I refuse to believe that we are in a true bear market, as in we're going to lose 80% of the current value, and I don't really think that's going to be a thing anymore, to be honest with you. in past cycles, in past 4-year cycles, we've seen that happen, blow off top with an 80% drop. And we saw a 50% drop back in April, May, and we went from, you know, sub 2,000 all the way up to 4,000. Actually hit 4,400, just to see a drop back down to about 1766. I think that's a 65% or something like that. Let me see. I'll just pull this out real quick. Yeah, 60% drop. That's pretty significant. But then we recovered pretty well. In July, we started the bull run again, and from July until November, as I said, was our top here. Let's mark this out. We did it. Is that right? 182%. I don't think that's correct, but that could be correct, because going from 1727 all the way to 4864 is pretty significant, guys. That's more than a double up for sure. So I don't think, yeah, that's almost that's pretty significant. So to look back and go, most of my crypto holdings I bought around $2,000, some of them above, and some of them a tiny bit below. But most of my dollar cost averages, I would say I'm relatively in the range of 24 to 2,800 as far as DCA'd in. So with a current price of 31.73, I'm certainly up, but I'm certainly not near as far up as I was. And to be honest, guys, I've got assets, and, you know, like I said, Axie Infinity, PreSearch, Towncoin, and Gala Games. I've got just basic Ethereum on Coinbase. I've got some Ethereum in MetaMask. I've got some Ethereum in the Axie Infinity marketplace. I've got retirement vehicles. I've got the Grayscale Ethereum Trust in a brokerage account. I've got ETH in, or the Grayscale Ethereum Trust in a Roth IRA. I've got it in a traditional IRA. So withstanding all of my holdings, guys, I've got quite a bit of ETH exposure, and that's why I've called my channel All Things ETH. I really feel like it is the future of cryptocurrency. Maybe I'm not diversified enough for some of your liking, but this is what I feel is the right thing to do. So I'm sticking with it, and putting a lot of content out there to get behind it. So where do I think this crypto market is going? Well, let me show you one thing on Bitcoin in particular. Bitcoin has hit structure lows. So what I mean by structure lows is the last time we went to a downturn for Bitcoin in particular, this is where we were, and this is where we're at now. So if we see more of a dump from Bitcoin, I'm going to be concerned, to be honest with you. I'm going to be concerned for the efficacy of the continuation of a bull run. So if we drop below, you know, $40,000, $41,000, I will be, you know, in a place to just, well, honestly, I'll probably start buying more Ethereum. But for now, I'm sitting and holding. The reason why I show you Bitcoin is because I want to show you Ethereum next and look at the same metric. We have not quite hit structure lows here with Ethereum. The structure low that we are, you know, that's analogous to this in Bitcoin is down here at $2,800. I do think it is absolutely possible that we could slowly trickle down to 2,800, or just hit it, you know, as a wick down over the weekend. So what I'm seeing in the indicators right now, guys, is we have whale money flow pretty low, not as low as it was, you know, a week ago. On December 30th, but then we've got you know, the trend exhaustion here is coming up into the middle zone, and we're not really moving. So I'm a little bit concerned as to the you know, just to see where we're going. We haven't moved at all. We're pretty much stuck. I mean, we dropped down last night, and even though the trend exhaustion bottomed out here at what is this, 33.68, the trend exhaustion is going up, but the price is coming down, and I'm a little bit concerned for that, because if it does a reversal here on the trend exhaustion, we're very, very likely to come further down. And I'm going to put a rectangle down here at $2,800, between 28 and 23 on my indicators here, because that's where I think is the next possible drop in the crypto market as far as Ethereum goes. So what is it, 28 to 3,000? I think that's pretty generous. Let me do 28 to 29 here, and then I'll adjust the bottom because I didn't hit that quite right. But I do think, yeah, that's a good range down there. I think that's our bottom as far as our trajectory goes for Ethereum. Now, AXS or ETH to BTC is still, pretty decent. Like I said, we probably have, before structure lows were back here. This is where the breakout was, I believe. No, I'm wrong even on that. This is the structure low here, so we could see considerable movement. I just don't even see this happening. I really don't. I wonder if Ethereum continued to drop to 2,700 and Bitcoin stayed at its current 3,100 or 41,000 rather, 42,000. I do think Ethereum will drop down to about 0.07 of a BTC, and will be at structure lows here around $29,000. So that's my current outlook as far as things go. I do think we could, certainly make a jump, make a V-shaped recovery. Although this is the kind of structure I'm looking for before we head back up, guys. I think we had similar structure. We had a big old W over here, shorter W over here. I do think it's possible that we could get a fairly large W over here, or a quick recovery as far as things go. But I do expect Ethereum to hold up. There's just so much, the fundamentals haven't changed. Let me put it that way. The fundamentals have not changed on Ethereum, guys. And so, we had the halving at the beginning of this bull run, which I believe was back in late 2020, I believe. Late 2020 going into 21 is when we had the halving of the Ethereum and Bitcoin mining, so that it is twice as hard. And this always shoots the price up, obviously, and that's why we saw the beginning of the bull run. Ethereum adoption, Web3 adoption, decentralized finance adoption, Bitcoin adoption, cryptocurrency adoption in general is up so much higher than it was, and it continues to go up, guys. That's the cool thing, and that's why I don't think this bull run is over. I do think this is an overreaction, on the part of, certainly first institutional traders and the bigger, not the whales necessarily, but the larger institutions that have purchased Ethereum and Bitcoin are dumping because of the U.S. Fed situation, where they have warned that they will likely start to increase rates in March, increase interest rates, that is. So this is the backlying factor, I think the behind the scenes factor that's really taking effect on the Bitcoin and Ethereum price in particular. I do think this is going to be short-lived. I wonder, with a rate increase in March, we probably won't see another one again till at least July. So I do think, if you can liken it to the NASDAQ, guys, and I do this lightly because, even though the traditional stock market and the crypto market are in general, I do think are linked somewhat, right? But I think what we're seeing here is this is S&P. I'm sorry. Let's go to the NASDAQ. See, the NASDAQ has just been pummeled over and over. Hasn't hit hasn't gone over previous highs where the Dow Jones and the S&P have been able to peak over previous highs. So I do think that in terms of, you know, categorizing DeFi and you know, what is, you know, Bitcoin, what is crypto in general, I do think most investors see it as a technology. And I would agree to an extent, for sure. You know, blockchain technology is a sector that you could specifically think of if you're a stock investor. And right now it is getting pummeled because you know, there's talks of rate increases, which makes you know, borrowing money to make new things like new tech very much more expensive to make. And so you know, from that perspective, I can see why we've had a sell-off in the cryptocurrency markets, because it is an emerging technology, essentially, right? DeFi is emerging. You know, people are seeing it as a technology portion of investments. Well, it's not that. It is that, but it is not only that. And what people are failing to see is the revolutionary, you know, financial aspect of what cryptocurrency is doing and how it's affecting the entire world and not just the American, you know, stock market. So once we get broken away from the traditional markets, I think we'll see more gains there in both Bitcoin and Ethereum. I do think we will. I don't think this will be the biggest bear market that we'll see in the next 4 years. I do think we'll see higher highs before we see maybe a come down to, you know, we could see $6,000 and then back to 3,000. Who knows, right? It's very, very likely based on this sort of factor where we've seen 2,000, 4,000, then back to 2,000. You know, certainly we could see you know, 48 back to 24. It's possible, guys. I don't expect that to happen because of this structure. You know, support here at 2,700 at the very lowest. You know, really, if we're gonna call a spade a spade, 2652 is the lowest we went in the last time we went low. And if we break that, guys, I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised. Might wick past it on a crazy Sunday afternoon where, you know, you know, volume's low or something like that, but that's where I'm at. So that's my overall analysis of what's going on right now. I think the federal government of the U.S. is scaring people a little bit. We've had there's a little bit of news coming out of I think it was Kazakhstan that a lot of the Chinese Bitcoin miners have you know, relocated to Kazakhstan, and that's there's some sort of internet ban going on there or something like that, so they're not able to mine. So mining has decreased by something like, you know, 7%, or I think that's how much market share that mining industry has on the overall Bitcoin market. So that has played an effect into the Bitcoin price, which always affects the rest of crypto, guys. But for now, I do think we're starting to see the bottoms of where we're headed, at least for now. So what else is going on? If you follow me for Axie Infinity, SLP is under 2 cents. Very sad day to see that. You know, I do hope to see that recover, and, you know, and not only recover, but recover significantly. It wasn't too long ago that we had, you know, December 8th, we had a 5 cent SLP. Back in November, right after the peak of the Ethereum peak, we had a 14 cent, 13 cent SLP, guys. I mean, it's definitely spiked and did regulate pretty well around between 5 and 7 cents here, and that's where I hope to see it again someday. But for now, we don't have any new burning mechanics going on. We've got a lull in the ETH space and ERC20s in general, and with SLP not having any sort of deflationary forces upon it beyond breeding. I don't see that recovering too soon until we see some new breeding mechanisms or a turnaround in the overall crypto market. Now, Pre, on the other hand, has fared very, very well. This has not taken a dump. Sorry for the graphic language there, but it hasn't taken a dump like the rest of the crypto market. We've seen great growth. It did take, all-time highs are near 50 cents at 48 cents here. There's a decent drop, actually, which oddly coincided with the top of the Ethereum market. But then we've seen steady growth up here, and we've almost hit 45 cents again, and we're just below 35 cents right now. And I do think if we recover on the in the ETH market, we'll see, easily see 50 cents again soon. For PreSearch, Gala has been tracing right along with Ethereum, just taking drops after drops. And then Towncoin has fared a little bit better, but not much. It's seeing structural lows, which, Towncoin is such a much newer coin in general that you're not going to have good traceable, feedback of TA here. So I do think we could, if we saw a recovery in ETH, we'd see a recovery in Towncoin for sure. Town is, the NFTs have been dropping for Towncoin, but not nearly as bad as some might think. And so I think there's a lot of momentum still in play-to-earn games, especially new ones like Towncoin and Gala in general. AXS has taken a pretty significant dump. Unfortunately, it has traced along with Ethereum with a little bit more volatility. We're at 50% of all-time highs right now. We had $1.50, $1.60 was the tops. I'm going to say $1.50 just for even numbers, and we're below $75 now. Structure, this is where structure support should start to kick in. Let's actually put in another line here just to have that as a reference, guys, and then let's do a structure low as well for AXS, and maybe like a mid one here to kind of show where we've bounced off of a couple times. I don't track these TA-wise nearly as much as I do Ethereum because they all kind of track Ethereum. Obviously, Pre is the outlier in that regard. And I think Pre is just, starting to get some legs as far as its protocol goes. And because this is not traded on many indexes, you're not going to see the same volatility that you would with, obviously there's volatility here, right? We're getting some pretty significant spikes, but this is not traded on indexes, large indexes, and far fewer amount of indexes than Ethereum is in general. So you're going to see less equal tracking with Ethereum. It's going to be more based on the fundamentals, I think, for PreSearch in particular. So with that, guys, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a long one, but I wanted to address the elephant in the room, guys. Overall, I am extremely bullish on the crypto space, especially Ethereum. I think it's going to change the world. I think it is already changing the world. And obviously, a year ago, I wouldn't have had any clue that I would be helping, people in the Philippines to have an income when they're being locked in, not locked up, but locked down from the pandemic. Still, we're still seeing issues from the new variants of COVID in that part of the world, where things are pretty much back to normal in the U.S., especially in the Midwest where I live. And things on the other side of the world can be very, very different, and sometimes not even that far away can be very, very different. So let's keep an open mind on what's going on globally. Let's look at what's going on locally. Let's help each other out, guys. Be praying for each other. Show people love, show people respect, and just do the right thing. And for me right now, the right thing is to just continue to hold, not to panic, not to sell all my Axies over at Axie Infinity just to lose all my scholars. Yes, SLP is below 2 cents, and that's really, really hard. You know, it's a demotivating factor certainly for my scholars, but nobody has complained one bit over there, and I'm so impressed. I thought for sure once we drop below 5 cents, I'd start to hear complaints. I thought for sure once we were below 3 cents, we'd hear complaints, but nobody over there in the Philippines is complaining right now, and I'm just so grateful for how hardworking you all are, and just want to say thank you to all my scholars. Guys, thank you so much again for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, there are plenty of you watching that aren't subscribed, so please do so. And again, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.